A Money Laundering Guide. Chapter 1. Money laundering is hiding money made illegally or to avoid taxes. Money laundering 1. If the IRS catches you moving a lot of money out of the country in small increments or big, it's called money laundering and has stiff penalties. Perhaps the best way to move money out is to authorize cash withdrawals on your credit cards to the party on the other side. IRS agents don't check credit cards much because they represent liabilities, not assets, but don't trust me on this. Be careful. Only American banks are able to report your movements to American government authorities. The foreign banks don't have to tell American banks anything, so if you make it with your money there, you're pretty safe. The best way to avoid a credit card paper trail is simply to open an account somewhere like in the Caymans and get a credit card from them which is foreign, hence processed out of the USA. It's illegal to launder money. If you get caught, you could go to jail and have all your assets forfeited. If you play it smart and cool, you can launder large amounts of money out of the country, because the bottom line is that unless you're a major player or blatantly stupid, the U.S. Treasury Department does not have the resources to monitor all the many international transactions being conducted all the time. It never stops. It's the business of the world, and if a few criminals launder their drug money and you get your money out of the country so the IRS or some legal judgment can't touch it, then all is fine in love and war and life. By law, banks and other financial institutions are required to report suspicious and large international money transactions made by suspicious individuals. The 1995 Summit of the Americas on Money Laundering brought together all the nations in the Americas to help each other catch criminals who launder their ill-gotten gains, usually from drug trafficking. In addition, there are agreements being enacted by many countries in the world to help each other catch criminals and thwart money laundering. Someday, financial transactions on the internet may even be regulated. Along with the stock market, there's a currency market where anyone can buy foreign currencies with their nation's currency, American dollar, in the hope that the foreign currency rises in relation to the American dollar, the net result being that you make a profit, just like in stocks. Just like stocks have stockbrokers, currency trading has currency brokers who are licensed and operate within the legal limits of the law, earning a commission for trading foreign currencies. These are the guys you find to help you launder money by putting into a foreign currency, and then you simply transfer it to your foreign account like a Swiss account in that foreign currency denomination. You can always convert it back to American dollars later. Money laundering 2. If you can get a credit card with a large limit or an ATM card through one of the major credit card companies, Visa, MasterCard, you can make cash advances electronically over the phone to your accounts in other countries. ATM cards with the large carriers work like credit cards, except that the money comes directly out of your savings account with them. If you have internet access and a major credit card, ATM card, or even a bank account which has online banking capability, you can make some transactions online without ever having to talk to anybody at all, hence, no person ever monitors the activity. It's all done by computer, recorded somewhere, and no snoopy person ever looks it over, thus alleviating the requirement in the law that bank employees report suspicious individuals who either move large amounts of money in and out or make large transactions internationally. Banks in America are highly regulated. Non-bank financial institutions like foreign exchange houses, brokerages, savings and loans companies, check cashing services, insurance companies, mortgage lenders, etc. are largely unregulated. Major players start one of these types of companies or have a good connection in one of them and move all their money out that way by paying the guy a percentage of the money they move out. Some people and companies move between borders easily, like delivery and freight services, airline employees, ship workers, etc. If you know one of these people who you could trust, they could move out cash or gold for you. Another way is to set up a dummy company that sells something innocuous like clothing and make up phony invoices that you're either importing or exporting products to other countries. You actually sell clothing but only small amounts to make it look good and cover your exporting license, customs paperwork, etc. But the real purpose is to smuggle money out. This kind of transaction falls out of the scope of the U.S. Treasury Department because it's about money. Banks usually take a percentage cut of the transaction, 1 or 2%, so they're happy to do business with you. As long as you have a business cover, you can move large amounts of money around worldwide unchecked. There are many multinational banks out there. Go to Polk's Bank directory at the library, find a few, set up an account outside of the country, then, in the guise of business, transfer money there through a branch here. Foreign banks with branches here in America are much friendlier for international transactions than American banks because they have less to lose if the Treasury Department goes after them for not watching out for money launderers who don't pay their taxes. If you have a good boat and know how to navigate, simply set sail from somewhere in Florida with your boat full of cash and walk into any bank on any stable Caribbean island. You could hire a boat, but if the crew knows you got money on you, they might throw you over and keep your money. Some of the cruise lines leave from Florida and make stops at the Caribbean islands for perhaps a day or two for shopping. Although a customs official is sometimes there to do a Mickey Mouse check of passports, I have heard of stops where they don't even bother. The people shop for a day, spend their money and leave, and everyone's happy. Even if they see you bringing a large amount of money into one of their island countries, that's good for them. There's no law against bringing money in. They know you're hiding it from the boys at the IRS in America, so these minor customs officials shouldn't hassle you. If you're a private pilot or know one, simply load up some cash and head to an airport at one of the offshore haven countries who will be happy to put your cash in their banks, and the customs guys at their airports, preferably a small one without a customs guy, might not even look you over. Beware that some customs officials in some countries are required by law to pull you aside and check you out if you have more than X number of dollars on you, like $11,000. This is largely a result of international laws enacted to combat money laundering, but the thing is that foreign countries want your money, so if you're bringing it in, they probably won't hassle you much. There are many pro-haven countries where everyone knows exactly what you're up to, and that's perfectly fine with them. Walk into banks and buy cashier's checks made out to you such that the bank doesn't know you or has no recourse to report you because you're not shipping money out, then simply send the check by courier to your foreign account. Some cashier's checks have high limits like $100,000. Use a different bank every time. Some people send gold bars and / or currency to friends overseas by airline freight or any of the package delivery services, or even via the post office. I already talked about the money order thing. Remember, anything over $9,999 a year out of the country is illegal. There are professional money launderers out there that you can find if you're a major player. Beware though that some of these are undercover operations run by the government designed to catch unsuspecting bad guys. Money laundering websites: 1. AICPA.org, antimonylaundering.net, apgml.org, the Asia/Pacific Group on Money Laundering, en.wikipedia.org/wiki/money_laundering, financial crime/compliance.com/law/web/counter money laundering.com, vortexcentrum.com, the World Money Laundering Report. Money laundering websites: 2. Anti-money laundering, AML, investopedia.com/terms/a/aml.asp, Britannica, britannica.com/topic/money-laundering, canada.ca, type in money laundering. Corporate Finance Institute, corporatefinanceinstitute.com, money laundering. CPA Canada, cpacanada.ca, new anti-money laundering rules. Europol, europol.europa.eu, type in money laundering. FBI, fbi.gov. Financial Crime Academy, financialcrimeacademy.org. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, fincen.gov. Interpol, interpol.in/en/crime/financial-crime/money-laundering. Investopedia.com/terms/m/moneylaundering.asp. What is money laundering? Report, Money Laundering and Fraud in Canada. CISC-scrc.gc.ca. The Crown Prosecution Service. cps.gov.uk/legal-guidance/money-laundering-offenses. U.S. Department of the Treasury. home.treasury.gov/policy-issues/terrorism-and-illicit-finance, money laundering. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. unodc.org/unodc/en/money-laundering/index.html